Hi folks, welcome to another View from the Bridge. I want to think today about how lockdown affects us, and rather than talk about, what might be negative, the specifics to begin with, to actually try and put into perspective what's going on. I think the way that lockdown works is that it is a magnifying glass, a crucible, that takes what existed beforehand and kind of exaggerates it or focuses on it. Whatever was good before now seems great. Whatever was difficult or bad or unhealthy before seems much greater too. However, we were basing our security, that's become really clear, hasn't it? Where our security is, whether that's worked or not, it's really obvious. And I think to do that without beating ourselves up and without using this as a stick to beat us with, because it is hard, no matter how well we were all set up and how good and godly we were beforehand, it's still blooming hard. So I'm not trying to say it should be easy or anything, it's difficult. But actually to look at ourselves and go, where am I now? Where was I? What has this highlighted, magnified in my life? I'll give you an example from my own life. It's highlighted that a lot of my discipline, a lot of the good things that I do are built on community and accountability. They're built on being with others and being accountable to others. And when that gets harder and when that has slipped in the last year or so, then actually my commitments have slipped as well. And I'm still working on that, and I'm still looking at how actually my self-motivation, my individual personal motivation outside of those things could do with some work. But I am encouraged to know that my relationships are really good. My friendships, my marriage, my relationship with my children, they were good and they have got better. That's just two examples of an area where I can go, this has highlighted a weakness and this has highlighted a strength. So I would encourage you to look and say, how has this period, how has lockdown and the situations we've been in highlighted, magnified the positives in your life? And how do you get to share that with others? To thank God for it, to look to others and say, how could you give that away and share that with the people you love? To teach those inside the church, but more like it, to share that in discipleship to those outside the church. And with the things that you're struggling with, how do we take those to God, lament them, ask for help, turn to our communities for help, and be real about that with those we're trying to bring towards God beyond the Christian community. So that's my thoughts, my view from the bridge on lockdown as a magnifier and what we can learn from that. It's great to be in contact in all these ways. It's great to be looking to the future again in 2021 and what might be next. I know it's a bit depressing at the moment, but it's great at the moment as a team, as a church, to be dreaming and planning about what's next. And I'm really happy at the moment to be in a team with Anne and Sarah, and together we're trying to find some new ways forward. We're getting a first look at branding for the bridge and the bases. And so things are exciting, even though they're hard at the moment. Bless you all. I look forward to seeing you in person at some point.